Hello beautiful soul, welcome to Infinite Manifestations. In this video we will discuss the untold truth of spiritual awakening stage 4. I believe that you'll swing between stage 3 and stage 4 for a while. You want to believe in the existence of something beyond this reality, but the ego mind isn't able to put 2 plus 2 together yet. Things that don't make logical sense can't be trusted, right? And what if everything is simply confirmation bias? There are questions over questions. Sometimes you allow it in and let it lead you, and other times you don't. It might feel like you're wandering through a maze at this stage of your spiritual awakening, continually being confronted with surprises and never truly knowing where you're heading. It's usually the intellectual components, such as metaphysics, that start to assist you get over the struggle and denial. If you are in spiritual awakening stage 4, I have a few book recommendations in the description below. Check them out if you need that scientifically backed spirituality, if you are seeking more proof to strengthen your trust in the process. This is a friendly reminder that sometimes the logical mind can become an obstacle to our healing. The spiritual awakening does not change your life. It transforms how you respond to it. To discover our intuitive side, throw the rational mind out the door and dive into trust. Are you sabotaging your growth? See if you check one or more of the following boxes. 1. You believe it's all a coincidence. The good in our life, the grace, is not a miracle nor a coincidence. It is divine intervention. And as we've learned in yesterday's video, there is no such thing as a coincidence. The universe is always there to take care of us, and the magic is at play whether our logical mind can successfully spot its presence or not. But when you're undergoing the initial stages of a spiritual awakening, it can be difficult to wrap your head around the idea that you really are being divinely guided. And yet, the sooner you can embrace this magic, the easier it will become for you to work with this mystical energy and bring lasting change. So, take a moment to acknowledge the divine in your life. Slow down and observe the many wonders that life has to offer. 2. Has comparison become a habit for you? The appeal of social media has become an addiction. When you go through other people's highlight reels, you overlook your own. You are not investing in your health when you compare your body to that of a fitness celebrity. When you are envious of another beauty guru's success, you are nowhere near developing a profitable business. Confidence and self-belief are required for success. The easiest method to increase your self-esteem is to avoid comparing yourself to others. When you compare yourself, you become your own worst enemy. You have your own steps to achieve. You won't be able to pursue them if you're involved in someone else's life. Everyone has their unique path to discover and stroll along. Whenever you try to copy somebody else, you are stifling your authenticity. Let go of the need to measure up to somebody else's expectations. Everyone has a different vision and definition of success. Choose what feels good to you and what reflects your soul's purpose. 3. Don't trust the unseen is also a big one. The ego mind, the left brain-centric ideas, compels us to figure things out so that we don't be overwhelmed. When we are forced to think through novel events as they approach us, we become uncomfortable and even numb. But why is that? Leaving our comfort zone might be frightening. It may seem hard to conceive a better reality, especially while surrounded by chaos. It requires strength and courage. But we don't need to know the entire path to be able to take the next step. It is delusional to think that things will remain the same in a universe where change is the only constant. Then, it becomes imperative to trust this universe, as it reveals its unpredictable yet magical self to us. 4. It's easy to forget how much power negative self-talk can have in holding you back and damaging your perception of yourself. Even saying seemingly harmless things like "I'm an idiot" when you make a mistake can have an adverse effect. Or when you think to yourself, "I could never do that," as you're considering a change you'd like to make in your life. Self-sabotaging thoughts, extreme or subtle, have an unfortunate way of becoming ingrained in our minds, often holding us back from reaching our potential and achieving greatness. The truth is that your self-talk has the ability to shape your lived reality. 5. There's a right or wrong way to be spiritual. This is a trap that we all fall into, and it is maybe the most common. The rational mind is trained to categorize and compartmentalize existence in order to make it more predictable and easier to process. And some things are classified as spiritual, while others are not. So when someone behaves outside of our notion of spirituality, we criticize them. Whenever somebody offers a different opinion, instead of appreciating the diversity, you are eager to judge. 6. With judgment comes the feeling of inferiority. We criticize because we feel less than others. It is how we justify snarky comments or sarcasm. Here is the thing with criticism, it screws up your life. Every time you judge, your ego takes over. The mind wants you to stay in your previous identity, especially in the start of your awakening journey. Change irritates the ego. Your perception is clouded by judgment. When you focus on the choices and opinions of others, you lose sight of your own feelings. It is hard to guide your life if you are unable to tune into your emotions. Not everything is black or white. Not every event requires your response or comment. Your whole emphasis should be on your intentions and goals. When you are not distracted by the actions of others, you have a limitless amount of energy and attention to spend on your own spiritual growth. 7. A toxic ego will ruin your life. How do we keep this toxic ego and selfishness at bay? How do we prevent ego from sucking us down like the law of gravity? The primary answer is simple: awareness. But after that, it's a matter of hard work. Here are a few proven exercises from successful men and women throughout history that will help you stay sober, clear-headed, creative, and humble. They work if you work them. If you need some more, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. When we let ego tell us that we have arrived and figured it all out, it prevents us from learning. Pick up a book on a subject you know next to nothing about. Walk through a library or a bookstore. Remind yourself how much you don't know. This is one way to stay humble. As I mentioned before, you'll find some book recommendations in the description below. Focus on the effort, not the outcome. We can't let what happens after that point have any sway over us. We need to remember famous coach John Wooden's advice: success is peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort to do your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming. Doing your best is what matters. Focus on that. External rewards are just extra. Choose purpose over passion. Passion runs hot and burns out, while people with purpose, think of it as passion combined with reason, are more dedicated and have control over their direction. Connect with nature and the universe at large. Going into nature is a powerful feeling, and we need to tap into it as often as possible. Nothing draws us away from it more than material success. But don't misunderstand me, you can have it both. But also, go out there and reconnect with the world. Realize how small you are in relation to everything else. Let go of control. The poisonous need to control everything and micromanage is usually revealed with success. Ego starts saying, "It all must be done my way, even little things, even inconsequential things." The solution is straightforward. A smart man or woman must regularly remind themselves of the limits of their power and reach. It's simple, but not easy. Select love. Martin Luther King saw hatred as an eroding toxin that eats away at the best and objective center of your existence. Hatred occurs when the ego transforms a tiny insult into a major sore and lashes out. But consider this: has hating and lashing out ever benefited anyone? Don't let it consume you. Instead, choose love. Check to see how much better you feel. Once upon a time, I had the most selfish, idiotic neighbor you can imagine. I tried to respond with love, but that didn't work out. So, now I'm completely ignoring him and it feels much, much better. It's not easy all the time, but you still can try. Letting go is a skill you can learn and life becomes much easier. I am always a student, not a teacher, which leads me to the next point. Always be a student. Place yourself in situations where you are the least knowledgeable. Watch and learn. When your most firmly held assumptions are questioned, you get that uneasy sensation, that defensiveness. Do it on purpose. Allow it to humble you. As our island of knowledge grows, so does the shore of our ignorance. Practice gratitude. When we're consumed with our thoughts, gratitude helps give us perspective and expand our attention beyond just what's wrong. Your body receives about 11 million bits of information each second from your nerve endings, but your brain can only process roughly 40 bits. That is, there is more information accessible to assist you in assessing your reality. There is another way to look at your position and another way to be. A dose of gratitude will assist if you're feeling locked in your thoughts or at the hands of your ego. For a week, try writing down 4 things you're grateful for once a day and observe what you notice. You don't leave yourself at the mercy of your ego if you consciously direct your focus with gratitude. Be open to receive, and I hope to see you in my future. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.